Hi, my name is Asia and I am the inventor of FretMaps. FretMaps! Okay, so check this out. What happens in between learning how to play piano, learning the names of the notes on the piano, and being able to read sheet music? And what happens when you're learning guitar and you're learning where the notes are? So imagine when you go to learn piano, you've got all these white keys, you've got all these black keys, and the black keys are in groups of 3 and 2. It's pretty easy, even at a really young age, to be able to approach a piano, find where a note like A is, find where a note like B is, C, D, E, F, G. And even after that, it's pretty easy to understand that in between those notes, you've got your black notes, your sharp, which are sharp and flat notes, right in between there. C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp. So what happens when you go to learn guitar is very different. So imagine that this whole piano is only white, and you have to try to locate where any of the specific keys would be. It would be a little bit tough, right? So now imagine that not only is there no black keys, there's only white keys. Now imagine that you have 6 of those pianos running side by side. So that's basically what's happening with the guitar. You've got string 1, which is, if you think of it like a piano, starts with 1 note, goes to a white note, then a black note, then a white note, black, white, black, white, white, black, white, black, white. Then you've got that happening 6 times. And the thing is that even if you just had to memorize one pattern, it's not gonna cut it, because what ends up happening is each string is like a piano starting on a different note. Okay, so you've got on string 1, you've got E, and then it's gonna go to F, F sharp, G, and so on. And then you've got string 2, which starts on B. So you've got B, C, C sharp, and so on. String 3, you're gonna start on a different letter, G, G sharp, A sharp. String 4, D, D sharp. String 5 is gonna start on A sharp. And string 6, you do get a little bit of a break there. It's the same as 1, it's E. They're both E. So you've got E, F, F sharp, G. Okay, so just imagine all of that, and you can really start to understand, if you haven't learned guitar yet, why it's a little complicated when you look at it. And if you already play guitar, why it's really common that really good guitar players will actually never really learn the fretboard. They'll play really well, they'll know how to get in there. So the other thing that's really cool on the FretMaps is that you have that whole map system. You also have on the side here, this is great for when you are beginning to learn, you've got your numbers, your fret numbers, okay? And then you've also got your open strings. This is great for when you're learning, and also like for tuning purposes, and if you want to like detune your guitar or put it in a different type of tuning, whatever. It's just nice to have these open strings up at the top here. And then you can see that the names are facing the way that you're going to be looking at your guitar. And yes, there is a left-handed model of this. You can just really start to demystify the guitar fretboard. It's removable. And what's really cool is it goes all the way to 12, which gives you a full octave. Basically, you've got E with no frets, and then you've got the next E, 8 above it. So it'd be like this. So you just got the whole pattern. You don't need really any more than that. And so what's really cool is there's 12 months in a year. If you want to say memorize your fretboard in a year, it's easy. You just set your calendar, take off one of these every month, whichever one you feel like you're starting to get to know really well, and just remove it. If you have multiple guitars, you can just leave one on there. It's great for songwriting, for when you're in the recording studio, you're collaborating or anything like that. It's just nice, even if you know the fretboard, to be able to kind of just really quickly look. So I'm really excited for you to try out the FretMaps, see how it changes the way that you understand where the notes are placed, see how it changes the way that you understand that the guitar is essentially 6 pianos running next to each other. It changes the way that you interpret the fretboard, and shaving 15-20 years off of kind of struggling to memorize the fretboard, just by the nature of having it on there for 6 months to a year, you're going to just absorb that from a completely different standpoint. You could even, and this is kind of one of the coolest things, is you could even pull up a piece of sheet music of any genre. You could pull up Beethoven if you wanted to. You could look at those notes and you could just start playing right as you're reading that sheet music, like you would be able to do with piano, because it's so easy to kind of map this out and see where your keys are at. So that's kind of a cool thing. I hope you have a lot of fun with your FretMaps, and I'm excited for your next music journey.